All right, folks, closing things out with local artist Mr. Qwes, singer, songwriter, keyboarder, science teacher. Get the whole package, right? School starts next week for you, so
yes,
it's exciting. It's a good time for you right now, right?
It is an awesome time. I'm very excited.
Yeah. What's next?
What's
next as far as on the horizon? You got albums dropping? You're performing here. You have any performances coming up? Any project you want to releasing soon?
We do have a few performances coming up and some private events also. I also want to make sure I plug in my band, The Cool.
Okay.
And so
The Cool,
Mr. Qwes and The Cool, C-O-O-L.
But you better take care of those guys. They're going to watch the shows. Like,
yeah, I'm going to see them tonight too. Yeah. I don't want them to, you know.
All right, so he took care of you, The Cool. so you have any events you're going to nearby where folks may want to come check you out now? They see this show and they say, let me see this guy live. You anywhere in the next few weeks? You'll be.
Well, all of my events are posted on my website. It's MrQwes.com, MRQWES.com, and so that's that list. You know, all of my events. It's really hard to keep up with nowadays, especially with.
You're gonna make some money, Matt. Listen, I am like I say, I'm serious when I say to you, I think your talent is big time, and it's just been our time. You know, Javier Colon. I mentioned in the past, people call and say, hey, check this guy out. Someone had called me on Javier Colon and played, and I said, this guy sounds really good. At the time, I couldn't get him because he was doing something for another station.
Yes.
Now that he won The Voice, I can't get him on the show at all. So I said, I'm not going to mess up again. Next time I hear a talent like that, I'm bringing. But when I heard Javier Colon, I said the same thing. This guy's going to make it big time. When I heard your voice, same thing. So I'm committed. So influences. Who, when you step back and say, okay, what do you sound like? Who influences you? Who do you look to for inspiration from artists?
I would say my influences are a big mesh. And my music was a very, my house, I mean, was a very musical house, and my family is a very musical family. So my influences range from Ella Fitzgerald, Stevie Wonder, Donny Hathaway, Michael Jackson.
I heard Garth Brooks. Now, how do you go country? Tell me how Garth Brooks comes into the mix. You didn't think they did the homework, did you?
I love Garth Brooks.
So tell me, he's a great singer, but you go from MJ to Garth Brooks. So what do you learn from MJ, and what do you get from a guy like Garth Brooks?
You find with every artist, there's always something to learn, even on the technical side, just musically. About chord progressions, vocal techniques, and you learn to pull a lot of whatever genre of music that you listen to from those people, and from I mean, Michael Jackson, he's the icon. He was my first musical influence. Actually, the first song I ever learned was "Bad" by Michael Jackson.
It's like, I think we have some video of you doing some MJ stuff, if I'm not mistaken. So
yes,
and just take a look at that. I think we have Mr. Qwes doing some. I was just getting into. Now they're going to cut it off on me. I was just getting into.
You're just getting into.
Andrew, why'd you cut that off? I was just getting into it. You're starting to jam, right? You can't just cut it off when the thing trying to jam.
You know, they get mad at you in the club for
maybe
that.
He'll recue it for us. They didn't do that. I was just bopping my head getting into it. So that was some MJ. Now that was live where? At the Bushnell?
That was at Keeney Park during Family Day Festival.
Okay. So MJ, Garth Brooks, Stevie Wonder, Garth Brooks, the Cool. From a business standpoint, talk to me about what you're going to do now as far as marketing. You have this album out here, and you've got to now sustain this and grow it, and you're doing the Facebook and social media. How else do you market this? Because now it's your business, your baby. You've got to make it happen.
We're coming out with another single, Want. We're going to be starting to release Want as a single. And we're also working...
W-A-N-T.
W-A-N-T.
Yeah, and what's the meaning behind that? Want
is a dance song. It's a very sensual dance song, and so it's a really fun song, and it was really fun doing it. It's actually the only song I did not produce on the album, on the musical standpoint, because I just love the music so much. I wanted to adopt it, and it was produced by the group Recast, R-E-K-A-S-T-E. And which also includes Lavelle Armstrong, who's a co-producer of the album, and it's just a really cool song. It's got a very robot field, and it's I really can't explain it.
It's very. A stretch for you? Is that
was it a stretch? Yeah. It was. I find that I do a lot of melding, and that we are made of many parts rather than just one. I think a lot of times people do want to put you in, one lane, but little they know you're a singer, Stan, right?
That's right, that's right. I'm a shower singer. You got to get me in the shower when the words got to be just right. I can sing, but as you saw, there is singing talent here.
There was.
There was. You had talent.
You were actually on key.
You got a good eye for talent. So so I'm impressed that you saw in me the ability to sing.
I did.
I've been telling people that for years. So
I think so Wanton's going to be the next song, and please go out and please it's all about that community support, honestly, and calling up the radio stations and requesting Mr. Qwes music on the radio stations. So
Mr. Rebound.
Yes.
I'm going to call and make sure they play Mr. Rebound.
We should call right after the show.
Right. Listen, one thing that's impressive, the songwriting part of it, we have about 35 seconds. Being a songwriter and being a singer and a performer, not everyone does that, right? So how rare is it when you're on talking to your peers to find people who sing, write, and perform? Because not everyone has those gifts. Some just sing, some just dance, some write.
In some ways, it's becoming more often, but it's really important. I mean, we find that in the music business, it's great to get your name on as many things as possible,
right.
To make sure your royalties are in place, to make sure you're copywriting your things, right. And to all the artists out there, please get your things copywritten. It's so important. All right.
You cut in the right time, so you're definitely an entertainer because you cut right when you have to cut. Mr. Qwes, folks, rising star here in Hartford. Check out his album, Isms and Ology. Don't forget, catch our show 24/7. ctnow.com/Stan. Friend us on Facebook. Follow us on Twitter. For the good folks here at Fox Connecticut, I'm Stan Simpson. Tim Lammers, and the morning news is next. Mr. Qwes.